stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currency's flowing, every coins on my mind. My Coinbase the upper, watch the numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these pro thoughts, phones in the van. Emptying on my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction hit a cash register ring. Ride the blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, let the profit.
If you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
I gotta get this money on. 100%. All right, we in here, y'all. We gotta get this money on. Y'all already know. Already know. Yeah, we in here, but yeah, y'all, we got a couple updates to go over. It was just gonna be a whole lot if we had waited till tomorrow, but it looked like XRP is back at 350, so it's at 351 right now. I know Ethereum is going crazy. Yeah, Ethereum's at 3,800 right now, so Ethereum's starting to climb up. So yeah, we got some articles to go over. We got Charles Schwab. He says that crypto trading is coming soon. He's gonna compete with Coinbase for retail. That's crazy. We got XRP cooled down after all-time high surge, but the accumulation zone signal more upside. So we got an article on that, on some little technical stuff. We got Tether CEO says that he's going to comply with the Genius Act to come to the U.S. Circle says it's set now. So basically, Tether is getting ready to come out with another stablecoin that's going to be compliant with the stablecoin bill. So I'm anxious to see how this is going to play out. I'm sorry, because I'm like, this doesn't make any. I have a lot of questions. If you follow me on X, I put a post out. I got questions about that. We got traders are bullish on Ethereum as price begins to catch up with the tech. So as y'all can see, Ethereum's at 3,800 right now. And then we got Robinhood hit $100 billion record as U.S. passes crypto legislation. So yeah, we got a couple things to go over. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, let us know how y'all feeling, what y'all think. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, all that good stuff. Same thing with TikTok, okay? Pretty much. So yeah, let me go ahead and share my screen. I want to start out with this Charles Schwab article because I thought that was hella interesting. I'm like, oh, he just came out swinging. I'm like, bruh, you just a hater? Like,
if he want to survive, if they want to survive over there, they have to do something.
Yeah, for sure. What's up, Daniel? What's good? What's good, everybody over here on YouTube? What's up, Adrian?
What's going on?
What's good? So y'all already know, yeah, we coming with the news and updates. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Make sure y'all share the live out, because it's only up from here. We got that stablecoin bill passed. Stay vigilant because we got 2 more bills that got to get passed with Clarity and CBDCs. So I think that's coming towards September. So yeah, make sure y'all share the live out. Spread the word so that people know what's going on. We got a whole new financial system. The dollar's coming. The US dollar is coming on chain. And a lot of people don't know about the opportunity that comes with that. So make sure y'all share the live out so y'all can get the information out for sure. For sure, yeah. We're going to start off with this Charles Schwab article, though. Let me pull this up. Here we go. Charles Schwab, CEO, says crypto trading is coming soon. Will compete with Coinbase for retail. That's like he threw a jab. Like this nigga immediately got in a ring and just swung. Like them niggas that just come in the ring just swinging. He on some Mike Tyson shit right now.
Right.
So, he just came out swinging. So it says here Charles Schwab Corp is preparing to launch trading for Bitcoin and Ethereum as it aims to become a dominant player in digital asset custody for U.S. retail investors, according to CEO Rick Wurster. My thing with Charles Schwab is like, you mad late. You only gonna start off with Ethereum and Bitcoin? Like, you already not finna catch Coinbase if you just gonna start off with Ethereum and Bitcoin, unless they ain't telling us everything that they gonna go live with. If y'all only gonna start with just Ethereum and Bitcoin, y'all gonna have a very hard time catching up with Coinbase. But I'll continue to read the article. But it says, speaking on CNBC's Money Movers, Wurster said that Schwab clients already have significant crypto exposure through exchange traded products. So do y'all remember when we was going live? This was probably earlier in the year, last year, and Charles Schwab, niggas like that, was saying that, yeah, our clients, they're having expressed interest in cryptocurrency. We haven't really got a lot of feedback. They haven't requested to get into crypto and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now all of a sudden you want crypto exposure, but I'm just pointing that out. I'm showing y'all how quickly they flip. That's why you cannot follow what they be saying. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna end up doing the complete opposite. So
All
yeah,
day.
yeah, exactly. So Schwab clients already have significant crypto exposure through exchange traded products, accounting for more than 20% of the industry's holdings in that segment. But many have expressed interest in keeping their actual tokens with Schwab rather than at crypto native platforms. I think that's complete bullshit. I think that's the older people might be saying
Yeah,
that do
yeah.
it there and have it all in one spot, but I don't think that's anybody under 50. I don't feel like saying that. But
Saying
I
that.
think a lot of his clients is older though.
Yeah. A lot of the clients is older, and he built equity and trust with those clientels, those clients. So it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes hella
And
sense.
and you got to think like a lot of these older people, they're not gonna be walking around with no cold wallets, no decent ledger wallets or nothing like that. They just gonna be like, hey, my man over there got it. My financial advisor or my broker, they holding my shit. So
Yeah,
that's what
but
it
Coop said Charles Schwab had zero chances on his own to have an account, and they set it up all wrong. That's crazy. That's very bad. Like that's. Did you give a review? I hope you gave a review. Do they have like a Google review or something? You need to give a review, Coop.
Oh, man, listen, I peek my head in that account once a month. I don't no, because it's like it's not an easy service to use. Like that's what I'm saying.
So it's not
It's
even
set up
user
for
friendly. It's
retail.
not user friendly. Okay.
No, absolutely. It's very not user friendly. But I can see them doing well with the 401k crowd.
Yeah, that's why exactly. That's why I think Charles Schwab is really for the older crowd. For real. But yeah, it just says here that crypto still represents a small slice of Schwab's business. With about $25 billion in digital assets held across $10.8 trillion in total client wealth. But he framed Schwab's upcoming product launch as a potential inflection point. It says here that our clients want their crypto to sit alongside their stocks, bonds, and cash, not off to the side on a different app. Schwab anticipates demand will accelerate once it introduces direct access to Bitcoin and Ether custody and trading. Let me tell you, these people panicking, gang. These people panicking. If you in the Telegram, shout out to Robin. I think she put an article in the Telegram earlier. Listen, these institutions, these banks are scared shitless right now. They are shaking boots. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're putting out, that they're scared as hell.
I'm
They
trying to figure out why. I'm like, didn't they know all this shit was about
yeah,
to...
it's
No, but they don't I've been saying for a while, like they don't when new stuff come along, it's always the same percentage of winners and losers. So people at the top, it's a lot of people at the top that's gonna end up at the bottom because they didn't believe it was happening no more than your next door neighbor that just work at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? The people who could see it saw it, and the people who didn't, if they got a little money like Charles Schwab, obviously they got a lot, but they just go try to play catch up. But like Queen said, they in panic mode, and not only are they in panic mode, like they're approaching crypto from what they'd have heard about crypto these last 10 or whatever 15 years. This is not what the technology of crypto is gonna do. So when they just trying to bring crypto to the consumer base as just these investment products, it shows their lack of understanding of the technology.
That's true. And then you got Black Truth in the comments. He just made a good point. He said they didn't know CBDC was supposed to be banks' answer to crypto, but Trump entered the building. That definitely could have had something to do with it. But it's like Coop just said, some of them were just being stubborn, gang. I'm sorry. Some of them were just being stubborn. Like, so it is what it is. We here now. But yeah, they definitely gonna be playing catch up.
Give themselves more credit. You know what I'm saying? Like you see these people up at the top thinking, okay, they didn't know or they knew and they just didn't do nothing. No, they saw it, they didn't know, and you smarter than they are. Just because they got wealthy on the last go round, that don't make them better than a lot of y'all in the chat.
That's a fact. That's a fact, gang. That's a fact. Yeah. And that's the thing. So some people get to that point in wealth Where it's like, you know what I'm saying, they not listening to the little people no more because they got so much money, they ain't really trying to hear it, and they not as, you know, passionate about it or care as much because they already paid for real. So that's gonna be a lot of their downfall. So you getting ready to see a lot of people fall from not realizing what was, you know, happening. But yeah, these comments, the crazy part about Schwab is this how you know it's like Coop just said, he running to play catch up. The comments came just hours after President Trump's scheduled sign of the Genius Act. That's when Schwab said this. This was hours before. Hours before. So when they realized, oh, this shit real, he really about to sign this. Oh, they for real. Okay, well, we're gonna get Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like they just ran. So it was like, this how you know, like they really playing catch up. So yeah, these comments came just hours before President Trump was scheduled to sign the Genius Act, legislation aimed at bolstering U.S. blockchain competitiveness. The policy backdrop could further incentivize large brokerages to expand their crypto offerings, especially as the regulatory environment shifts in favor of mainstream financial firms. When asked whether Schwab's upcoming platform would compete with Coinbase, he replied, absolutely. He added that the company would welcome a scenario where clients migrate their crypto holdings away from other platforms and consolidate them under Schwab's umbrella. While no timeline was provided, this is how you know they playing catch up. The announcement positions Schwab, already one of the largest brokerages in the U.S., to become a major player in retail crypto access, particularly for older and higher net worth clients. Exactly. I'm gonna say that one more time. Particularly for older and higher net worth clients seeking integration with traditional portfolios. So he already knows. See, that's the thing. Schwab got a whole lot of money, so he can catch up fairly quickly, more quicker than others. But he's still behind, gang. He's still very behind. But it says that shares of Charles Schwab Corp closed at 95.80 on Friday, so they was up 2.9% on the day just from him saying he getting ready to put crypto on his on his platform.
Had to end the week with a high note. Had to.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So yeah, I ain't really gonna get to the technical side of it, but I just wanted to show y'all that these people are shaking boots. They see what's happening now. It's for real. That I told y'all when the stablecoin getting signed into law was a wake up call. It was like, yeah, join us or get rolled the fuck over. Cause Trump not saving none of y'all. He signed the bill, it's done. So it's like either you gonna play ball or you gonna get rolled over. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening now. That's where we at with it.
I mean, ain't no denying that. Once that pen hit the paper, that was it. You know what I'm saying? He did a whole presentation on it and everything. We live streamed it and everything. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So,
man. So here we go with this. Oh, I'm glad Coop up here for this. We gotta talk about. We can go ahead and get right into Tether. We can get right into Tether, or well, actually, let's talk about Ethereum price real quick. So it says, traders, you got that article? Traders are bullish on ETH as price catch up with the tech. So yeah, as y'all can see, like we said when we first hopped on live, for those just coming in, Ethereum is trading. Well, it was at 3,800 a minute ago. This at 3,782. It's still up though. If you go look at the chart, just the daily chart, you can see clearly it's up. So Ethereum is starting to play some catch up here. So I'll let you go over there.
So Ethereum, the world's second largest crypto by market cap, may finally be poised to break out after years of underwhelming performance. And if you was here with us for a while, I've been telling people, I'm like, yo, ETH gonna hit 10, fam. It's gonna get to 10. Hella high water. With both traders in the broader community expressing renewed confidence, the Ethereum price appears ready to close the gap between its leading technology and lagging price action. Sounds familiar. After more than 3 frustrating years of struggling way beneath its all-time highs, ETH price has been registering double-digit percentage hikes, rising over 20% in the last 7 days, and investors are taking note. So according to CoinGecko, 89% of the Ethereum community is bullish today, a sharp reversal from the cautious mood that has dominated since the 2021 peak. So it's been over 3 years. Shout out to it being 111 right now too. It's 111 right now, East Coast Standard Time. Much of this optimism can be traced to positive technical signals and network upgrades and emerging market macro catalysts, such as Ethereum ETF inflows. It's a record number of ETF inflows that have been coming in on the Ethereum blockchain. So Ethereum dominance, quote, this is what a crypto trader prominent crypto trader. I don't even know how to say his name. He said Ethereum dominance has entered up only mode. For 3+ years, ETH went from a price suppression despite massive upgrades, right? But now prices have started to catch up. I think Ethereum dominance is going to go above 20% by the end of Q3, fam. So ETH is choosing violence right now. This is what the CEO of BitMEX, the former CEO of BitMEX, Arthur Hayes. You already know we've been talking about Arthur Hayes. This is what he said. He said ETH is choosing violence right now. He also said that ETH was kind of dead. Everyone hated it. The ETH ratio was falling. Solana was running. It was time. Everyone thought it was dead. The most hated coin goes up the fastest in the next cycle. Wow. Ooh. And then
that is very true.
And then you got some traders believing it's going to hit that 10 to 15,000 target this cycle. I was one of them. I told you. I think ETH was going to hit 10, fam. We'll see. But that's my prediction. The Ethereum price target suggests 10 to 15K this cycle. That's a solid 3 to 4x from its last high. Ethereum usually moves more than Bitcoin in both directions, more upside during the run, but also sharper drops after. Expect ETH to outperform, but don't forget the risk swings both ways, right? And they say whatever the outcome, you have to hand it to Ethereum supporters who have endured a lot since 2021, because you already know Ethereum is heavy with the NFTs and smart contract game,
DeFi.
right? DeFi as well, exactly. Ethereum struggles have been well documented. Despite brief rallies, Ethereum has stuck in a prolonged downtrend since November of 2021, when it hit an all-time high of nearly 4,900. By early 2024, the price had fallen below $2,000, right? And a plunge as cold as the Highland River that left a protocol underperforming both Bitcoin and the high-flying layer one competitors like Solana and Avalanche. So Solana and Avalanche was running, while Ethereum was just like, yo, wait up. So now it's chugging along, it's catching up, right? So cool. What you think about Ethereum, fam?
Yeah, Ethereum was gonna always play the back, just because, like, when you look at anything from an investor standpoint, there was nothing that people can point to that was really being built that they can put their hands on. Like, we knew all of the different projects, and we knew Base was building on Ethereum. We know a lot of smart contracts is built through Ethereum. We know NFTs, and we know, like, Ethereum is built to be the foundation of a lot of different things. But it was like that time period where for 2 years, people was talking about how AI was going to do a bunch of stuff, but this was before the mass layoff started.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing we was getting was like Will Smith videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People keep talking about AI, but ain't nothing happening. So eventually investors started pulling money out of AI stocks. It was the same thing with Ethereum. If Ethereum wasn't doing anything, nobody really wanted it, because it wasn't like Bitcoin where people could say, okay, this is going to be able to, facilitate itself. Or it wasn't like XRP where it was like, okay, we know banks exist and we know banks are going to have to go digital. Ethereum was like, okay, who's building and what are they building? So, that really was the suppression of the price for a long period of time. But I'm telling you, like, when Ethereum started to go, it's going to have one of those, like, underailable train off the tracks that can't nobody stop. So when they say, like, and we was talking about this not too long ago when Ethereum was around 1,500. Like, Ethereum is gonna hit 10K, 15K, might hit 20K by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Because we'll start seeing all of these different companies, just like we just saw Charles Schwab. Like, yeah, they talking about adding Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they haven't even started to build anything out there yet. And there's a lot of companies that hasn't. So once that starts taking place and people start seeing these things actually being built and used and implemented by not only the government but retail and businesses, Ethereum is gonna rocket.
Damn.
I 100% agree. And it's like Aqua just said in the comments, ETH is the king of DeFi. So it's a lot of liquidity over there. That's all I'm saying. So yeah. And don't forget, all this is gonna run off of the XRP ledger. So that's why, now that I've kind of like, got the kind of the breakdown. Shout out to Kurt for simplifying all that tech shit for me, because I told him to speak English, and Kurt take shit down for me so that I can understand it. Yeah, the way everything about to run off the XRP, the greater Ethereum does, the greater it is for my XRP. So awesome. I wish the best. I hope Ethereum goes to $100,000.
Oh yeah.
100%. So I wish the best for Ethereum. So shout out to Ethereum.
Let it run.
Yeah. So shout out to Ethereum for getting out of that downtrend and heading up. Look like we getting ready to start altcoin season. So that's what we needed to see. You feel me? That's what we needed to see. We can get into this Tether talk real quick though. I sent you another article, D, as well, because I got 2 articles on Tether.
Okay. Which one you pulling up?
I'm doing the CoinDesk one first. Tether CEO. So Tether CEO says that he'll comply. So this was the question everybody had going into the stablecoin bill. This was the elephant in the room for most. So Tether CEO says that he'll comply with Genius to come to the US. And then Circle says it's set now. So I'll just start. This, I wanted to read this article with y'all. So this is my first time reading it, because I intentionally did that because I wanted to see what the hell they were talking about. But here it says, in the minutes after President Donald Trump signed a bill that joins the crypto world stablecoins in the U.S. financial system, two of the chief stablecoin architects made the case in the Washington summer heat outside the White House that their companies are ready to embrace the new law. So remember when we was watching the live stream and Trump was calling out names and companies and stuff? Tether was there. Tether was at the Genius Act ceremony signing. They were there. Just to put it out there for those that missed
it. Ardino, whatever his name is, he was there. Yep.
Yeah, so just throwing that out there for those that missed it. So before he signed the Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins Act into law after it swept through both chambers of Congress with major bipartisan votes, Trump basked in cheers and thanked several industry leaders in the East Room audience, including Tether CEO Paulo Ardonio, whatever DJ said, and then Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire and Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. Outside, the executives talked about next steps. Ardonio amplified his plans for moving some of his global business into the U.S., where he said the focus will be on institutional users for a new token, but he added that he also intends to have Tether's stablecoin powerhouse USDT comply with the Genius Act as a foreign issuer. That'll mean a new auditing regime and changes to the vast reserves the company already maintains, which he says will require an adjustment. I thought that was interesting. You know what I'm saying? I think that's interesting. But noted with a smile that his company made $13 billion in profits last year and will be able to manage it. So, for me, just reading that just now, he said, this was his words, that'll mean a new auditing regime and changes to the vast reserves the company already maintains, which he says will require an adjustment. What the hell does that mean? So we
yeah. I mean, they're gonna have to adjust something.
But noted, then he said with a smile that his company made $13 billion in profits last year and will be able to manage it. Then it goes on and says Tether will comply with the Genius Act. He said, adding that the company will get to work now meeting the foreign issuer standards. He said Tether has 3 years to work on getting into the U.S., and the company intends to manage 2 different versions of its stablecoins domestically, a jurisdiction it currently steers clear of. The U.S.-centric coin, a second floor of Tether that hasn't yet been hatched, is envisioned as serving a very different purpose. Institutions are used to super efficient markets. Institutions are used to super efficient markets, and they will count the single basis points. And so for that reason, we need to build something that is proper for this new market. He told CoinDesk in the interview, the product built for those institutions will focus on payments and high efficiency. So yeah, my only concern with Tether is y'all ain't passed the motherfucking audit. So that's why I was like, what's gonna happen with y'all? Because y'all can't pass the audit.
They said it's gonna be different this time, fam.
It's gonna be different this time. It's gonna be an adjustment period. They're gonna go through an adjustment.
We're gonna get right. We're gonna get right. We got cash. We got profits. We got gold. We got this. They acquiring companies, all type of shit. So it's gonna be different. They gonna comply. Well, if he pull up to the White House, I guess he confident in something.
What you say, Coop?
I said, the one thing that Tether can't be?
What?
It can't be an American company. And this is what, like, this is one of the things that has always bewildered me about, like, before in the Wild Wild West, it didn't make no difference. But now that we have regulations clearing across the board and things being signed into law, you essentially have a foreign adversary that has a stable coin that is connected to the US dollar. That shit is cool when it wasn't any rules for it.
Right. And now we got rules.
But the United States of America is not. Listen, when they talk about a regime change and having to follow new rules, yeah, the new rules are y'all are a foreign adversary. Y'all will not listen. I don't know when. I'm not saying this gonna happen, but I'm just saying I don't see how Tether doesn't get forced to either sell to or have assets moved, because they are not an American company. And essentially what that does is, if they start literally tethering, not Tether, but just the US dollar, if the US dollar becomes digital and it goes into stable coins, it can't be partially facilitated by a foreign country.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. That was the question I had when the news broke that Tether is announcing that they plan to introduce a new stablecoin tailored for the U.S. market. So my question was, I'm about to pull it up right now. I said, if current Tether is not compliant, then what happens to all the non-compliant Tether that's been put into Bitcoin? Nothing? With a question mark. It just remains. The new compliant Tether just comes in and continues to pump Bitcoin, because that's what Tether does, allegedly. I'm sorry, let me put allegedly behind that. Sorry, even though it's obvious. Allegedly. How is this about to work? So I'm anxious to see how this plays out, how this is about to work, because I just got a couple questions. And if anybody think that they have a theory or some type of logical answer, please feel free to put it in the chat. Please.
Bitcoin, well, listen, Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin is always the price of Bitcoin. It's obviously weighted on buys and sales. But if Tether...
So you don't think Tether pumping Bitcoin? Is that what you're trying to say?
What I'm saying is, if Tether becomes non-compliant and Tether has to fold and the U.S. is responsible for them folding, I will guarantee that they remove their Bitcoin first.
Who, the U.S.?
Yes.
Which is what I think they've already done. Remember, because the Biden
confiscated. So the price, so whatever Tether, whatever USD is attached to it is not gonna matter, because they go move the price. They go move the Bitcoins. That's the same way of saying.
So that's what I'm saying. So when Loomis came out the other day and said we sold a good vast majority of our Bitcoin, you think they got some, or moved whatever you want to, whatever they did, does that have something to do with this? I'm just trying to figure it out.
Oh, listen. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell
you
for sure.
That's why I said it's a lot of questions, bro.
Listen,
so
Michael Saylor by the top of every run.
Mm-hmm.
Upwards to in the high billions.
So you did see where Michael Saylor admitted that if Bitcoin goes below 69,000, he has to sell, right? Because he has to pay those loans and shit back.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Okay.
And listen, and I've told D plenty of times, there's a high possibility that we reach the 200s this year and still come back down to the mid-low 80s, because this has always happened.
Yeah.
Now I don't see us hitting. We can hit right now where Bitcoin is right now. We can 100% hit mid-60s, 100%. Bitcoin can 100%. If it gets to 200,000, it's not going back down to the 60s, the 80s, the very low 70s. I mean, the very high 70s. Yeah, but at that point, buyers will step in, because buyers. That's the thing about any stock. It doesn't matter, like crypto stock. Nobody knows where the bottom is.
Yeah.
So at some point, somebody just got to decide to start stepping in. And so right now, we have so many institutions that's willing to buy in the 100,000 range. We know anything that dipped below 90s and 80s is gonna be bought up.
Yeah. I just got a couple questions, and then I seen two people out the woodwork just earlier on X that's been holding since 2011, sold their Bitcoin. So I was like, what the hell going on? I ain't saying that this something gonna happen. I was just saying I thought that was a little weird that they've been holding since 2011 and they just sold.
Shit,
Completely. I would have. I mean, but they didn't sell when they had $1 billion, but they sold. I don't know. I just thought it was.
Bitcoin is at an all-time high.
Right.
Like, there's never been a better time
to sell.
There's never a better time to sell than an all-time high.
Right.
Unless you work for Strategy and your name is Michael
Saylor. Right. No, for real. So we'll see what happens. I just had a couple questions, and I think a lot of people does. I think even Bitcoin maxis got questions surrounding Tether, and this whole situation. So I mean, yeah, they have 3 years to comply and get their shit together. So we'll see what happens. I just know altcoins, and we only go up from here. So at this point, I'm finna just be eating popcorn and watching the damn show, because I don't know. Powell is this true? Can somebody confirm this? Somebody just sent me this. Powell to announce resignation in his next speech on Tuesday. Can somebody confirm that? I don't know how true this is. I don't know what source to use. Can somebody please confirm that?
Oh man, the script.
That's true or not? Because I can't do it right now while I'm on live.
The shit just keep writing itself, fam. The shit just keep writing itself.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if it's true. Somebody sent me that, and I don't know if that's credible information. I don't know. So yeah, y'all. Somebody let me know, son.
Powell probably don't even know.
Cool, shut up. That's a fact. Powell don't even know what's going on. Oh, yeah, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if that's some factual information, verifiable information. Please send a source.
He just trying to keep his job, fam. That's all he does. He's trying to keep his job. He trying to keep it, because I'm pretty sure, I think he get paid. Somebody has said it before. I don't know if it's true, but somebody said you get paid like $1 million a year just for doing this shit. So he's trying to keep his M, and just keep it moving. He's just trying to keep his M, fam.
Oh my god.
I ain't mad at him, yo. He got the most stressful job ever, fam. He got to.
Nah,
that shit seems stressful as fuck.
And all things being considered, like, I don't care what the White House talking about. Like, Powell been doing the fact that America is not just, like, America should be way worse off from inflation, deflation, stagflation standpoint. Like,
yeah. He kind of been holding it together, low key.
No, he been surfing. Like, I ain't saying he been perfect, but I'm telling you, the kid been surfing for real. Because between the pandemic, the tariffs, the banking crash, the housing market crash, like
he got the right. You know what it is? He got the right temperament. You know what I'm saying? He got the right temperament. He'll just be like, oh, all right. Well, yeah. We're going to remain hawkish and blah, 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 blah. Like, he don't flinch, fam. He don't really flinch. So, but, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see. So, yeah, somebody send me the info. Let me know if that's verifiable information, if that's real. Because that's crazy. But, but, yeah, we'll talk about XRP real quick. Even though it's back at 350, but it has chilled out a little bit. XRP cools after all-time high surge, but accumulation zones signal more upside. So it says XRP surged to a fresh all-time high near $3.61 on the back of major U.S. crypto legislation advances and institutional ETF filings. before sliding into a volatile correction that tested bulls' conviction. The token shed 7.5% intraday, but clawed back losses to close the session near $3.45, suggesting consolidation rather than a full reversal. So what to know? It says here that XRP hit a record of $3.61. It fell to $3.34. Then rebounded to close at $3.45, so down 4.4% from session open. Massive $308 million volume spike at $3.34, hence at institutional accumulation zone. Traders now eye between 347 and 348 as short-term resistance as bulls attempt to stabilize.
Yo, real quick, shout out to everybody that texted my phone that was talking about XRP. Like, yo, D, you was on it, blah blah blah, from years ago. Jokers was hitting me up this past week, and all I sent them was the Ice Cube from Friday. I told you, fam. And this, I told them this ain't shit, fam. That's what I told them.
Yeah.
This ain't shit.
Okay, here we go. All right, my bad. So it says momentum picked up after the U.S. House passed 3 crypto-related bills, including the Clarity and Genius Acts, which aim to provide clear regulatory frameworks for digital assets. In parallel, Pro Shares filed for the first XRP futures ETF, while 11 other asset managers submitted products tied to XRP price action. Traders are increasingly pricing in at 88% probability of spot ETF approval by December 2025.
Yeah. We had reported on that. Remember, before the jokers was talking about December 2025.
Yeah.
Price. Do we think it's gonna take that long?
No. Price action summary. Just to kind of just give you an answer. No. I think it happens before November. I think we see something in September, October. We'll see some type of
motion, right?
Stunning, you know what I'm saying? So I think they waiting on. I think the ETF. I think we need market structure, and it's like T said, we still need a regulatory framework. Like now that we got law, we still waiting on like a regulatory framework and all that shit. So I mean, we'll see. It could go into December, or they could drag that shit into 2026. You never know with these motherfuckers. Hell, here we are in 2025 on some shit that should have been done in 2023. So here we are. So we'll see. But yeah, price action summary. XRP opened the session on July 18th at 361. And declined steadily into an intraday. So yeah, it's just pretty much going over the same thing we just talked about. But takeaway, despite the aggressive sell-off from all-time highs, XRP's ability to defend the 334, 337 zone to recover toward 345 points to ongoing institutional support and bullish medium-term structure. Traders are now watching whether XRP can build fresh momentum above 348 to challenge the 360 to 364 zone once more. The $3.34 floor remains the key level to hold if short-term bullish sentiment is to stay intact. So we got to see what XRP gonna do. Coop is the chart legend over here. So Coop, I don't know if you looked at XRP's chart. Is this article correct? Is it looking like it's more on the upside, or we're going into a consolidation zone? What's going on with the chart?
No, it looked like it's gonna finish out. It's gonna finish out that all-time high. As long as it's trading between that like that a little bit over 350 and 330, as long as it's trading in that range, it's still pretty much making a bull flag, and it should continue to it should continue to finish out the pattern that it was on, which was going to take it back to its all-time high. It might even breach it. So it's definitely going to 380. It's not go. It's just doing what it did the other day. Remember when we was like, it's going to $3, but it kept stalling out at like $2.97.
Yeah.
It was like, no, it's definitely going to get to that 380. Now, anything could happen. We always talk about geopolitical issues overseas and those type of things that just change, all markets at once, and then we just have to deal with that. But typically when that happens, everything recover, get back to where it was, and then, the markets have to figure out where it want to go from there. But just where everything stands right now, XRP looks healthy. It looks like it should finish the pattern out. It definitely looks like it should it should go up to the next level. It just has to break this floor of where it is now. I think it's around that 359 range. I'm not looking directly at the chart, but I think it's around that 359 range, just over 360. And then it'll be able to take that 360 to just over 380. And then we'll be trying, then we'll have to figure out what's happening from there.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good to me. So listen, y'all. If you want to learn how to read the charts like Coop, the boot camp starts today. So y'all better get in that class. What time class start? It's gonna be recorded. So what time it starts?
6:30 Eastern Standard Time.
6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Boot camp.
It's 4 weeks.
4-week boot camp. 4-week boot camp, so you can learn how to trade, learn how to read the charts, so you can know what's going on. It'll give you a better that way you can come up with better strategies when it's time for you to get in and out of the market. So make sure y'all sign up for that course for those that's interested in learning how to trade and read charts and all that good stuff. I highly suggest getting there.
If you can get there live, I mean, watching the recording is cool, but I mean, we treating this thing like a real boot camp. You know what I'm saying? We calling on people. We want to make certain that y'all know the information, because it's one thing to hear it and then get away from us and then try to, exercise it with yourself versus actually, we go do some exercises in class and actually we want to hear from y'all and get y'all questions and be able to run through some scenarios, things of that nature. So, be live with us.
For sure. That way you can ask all the questions you need to ask and all that good stuff. Like I said, Coop knows how to explain stuff in a way and simplify it in a way where anybody should be able to understand it. That's the best part about it, because trading is a whole different language. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a whole different language, but when you got somebody that could teach you without having to use all the lingo and stuff and still make it make sense, that's a steal. So just use code BlockNation to get half off. I think that they're lowballing this class. I think that they should, it's people charging $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 to teach shit like this. So to get it for a few hundred is like a steal. So I would take advantage of that, especially when you got a good teacher that's gonna simplify it and make it simple for you. So make sure y'all get in that trading boot camp for real. Let me see. I think did we have anything else? We had the
Robinhood.
Okay, I'll let you go over that real quick.
All right. So Robinhood hits 100 billion record as U.S. passes crypto legislation. So Robinhood, and I'm not sure if we went over this, but we're gonna go over it again. Fuck it. Robinhood stock briefly hit $112 on Friday. July 18th surging to a new record high and pushing the company's market cap beyond 100 billion threshold. The milestone marks a 38% gain over the past 30 days, according to the NASDAQ. So the rally began when Hood stock broke through the $100 barrier just days after the platform launched its tokenized U.S. stock trading feature for Europe in early July.
I was just ready to say, ain't it money funny? As soon as they started tokenization and the CEO started talking real nice about crypto and becoming pro crypto and all that, all of a sudden they stock surged.
Surged like a mom.
That should tell you something. But yeah, I'm sorry. I had to get that out.
Absolutely. So the latest Hood price uptick comes amid bullish tailwinds from Washington, and U.S. lawmakers advance a long-awaited regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies. And the BBC also reported that the U.S. House of Representatives passed two major bills late on Thursday, as you know, the Clarity Act, which addresses crypto market oversight, and the Genius Act, which establishes stablecoin regulatory policy. So with Bitcoin price still, consolidating below 120K amid active capital rotations towards altcoins, listen, Hood shares another gain 4% on this past Friday, peaking at $112 before retracting slightly to $109 when this got reported. So analyst says liquidity risk could hamper tokenized stock markets. So Robinhood's stock price rallied to 100 billion valuation on Friday has ignited speculation that the U.S. crypto bill legislation may deepen adoption of its recently launched tokenized U.S. equities trading feature. However, leading marketers urge caution. In an ex-post, Keldora Lin, founder of on-chain leverage trading platform Ostium, warned that tokenized equities face severe liquidity limitations. So she said that the problem with all tokenized solutions is they have zero liquidity. She went to some technical stuff.
I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah.
Because Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, would not be pushing tokenization if it was no liquidity. She sound dumb.
Maybe she said it in the short term, but according to current market cap, the total market cap of tokenized stock assets currently sits below 27 million, representing a fraction of the trillions in underlying equity access from blue chip stocks like Nvidia, Microsoft, and Apple. So she also noted that, while explaining this, the most existing tokenized equity platforms do not enable margins and risk exposure of traditional markets. But in summary, so Robinhood's 38% price rally in the last 30 days reflects bullish bets on tokenization trends. So regardless of what Homegirl is saying, fam,
it's bullish. It's bullish. Come on, gang.
Didn't we tell everybody last week about Gemini and how Nike, what was it? Nike, Yum Brands, Pepsi.
Everybody's adding tokenization to their platform, gang. It's going to be an option. It's not going anywhere. So
all these guys.
They always got to throw some negative shit in there to try and throw everybody off to have you second guessing. It's a psychological thing. They want you to second guess your investment. They want you to second guess trying to get involved in a new asset class. That's why they have to throw bullshit in there to make you, because you're a human and your brain is going to be like, oh, well, what if, it's no liquidity? What if I put my money in there and I get liquidated? That's what that you know what I'm saying? That's why they throw dumb shit in there like that. That's why the shit make me mad. They throw that shit in there to fuck people up. You know what I'm saying? This is a mind game. So
yeah, and that's why you got to control your emotions. That's why it's like, you understand the market, the psychology of it, you would have nerves.
No better, you'll do better. No better, you'll do better.
That's a fact. So and then I think the last thing that was really it. Yep.
Yeah. So that was pretty much it. I think that was pretty much all the updates we have for right now. Man, we're still super bullish. This month has flown by. I realized I woke up today and I was like, damn, it's July 20th. So we're going into August. So we'll see what August has to bring. Congress is going into a recess in August. So that's why the Clarity Act and the anti-CBDC bill is gonna, they said we'll have it by October, which means we'll get it in September. But I think we're headed up. Everybody just to give everybody the confidence that they need to get through the week. You're good. You were early. Be thankful that you were early. Because moving forward, we only go up from here. And those that was early enough, even in pullbacks, your portfolio is still gonna be green. You know what I'm saying? The banks is panicking. You know what I'm saying? These old heads, they trying to figure out what the fuck going on. They trying to play catch up. You are early. You are early, and you're still early. That's the crazy part. Right now, you're still early. You're still early. So just enjoy the show, because what the rest of this year gonna bring, from the way it's looking, it's a lot of money coming. And the way Trump talking, he said y'all ain't gonna know what to do with all that money. So we'll see if he just spewing bullshit, or you know what I'm saying, he know what's to come. So y'all just stay patient, gang. You good, you're early. Be thankful you front ran the banks. A lot of people can't say that. You beat the banks to a new asset class. So continue to do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? We're here now. We got one piece of legislation passed. You know what I'm saying? So that's progress. Better than where we were. Golly, better than where we were when I first started going live. God damn, I didn't even foresee this happening. Like, boy, came a long way from 2022. So right. Yeah, just remember how far we have came before you start getting discouraged and wanting to give up. Just think about how far you done came. Because
nobody can call it a scam. Like, we done came from it being like, man,
we watched this shit drop 85%.
Can call it a scam.
We watched this market drop 85%, and people thought we was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. People thought we was crazy. We watched this market drop 85%.
People still think we might be crazy.
Oh, this was a scam.
Yeah, just going in like, oh, you're crazy. Somebody said, what did somebody say? It was somebody in my inner circle too, like childhood. Said that I always had big, what is it called? Big hopes and dreams, something to that magnitude. And I'm just like, what? Like, duh, I always want the best. I'm always gonna want the best. I'm always gonna have high goals. Sorry, I didn't sit around and was like, oh, Okay, my goals is I'm gonna have a 9-to-5 career, and I'm gonna get a 401k, and I'm gonna work for 40 years, and then I'm gonna retire and travel the world when I'm 65. Sorry that was not my dream. That was never my. Sorry, I didn't want to settle for some mediocre life. Sorry that I wanted freedom and financial freedom, and I want to live life on my terms and do what the fuck I want, buy what the fuck I want, go where I want when I want to, and do what the fuck I want to when I want to do it, and I don't have to put in PTO. Sorry that was not my dream. So having to go through all of that with these people, cutting people off, just remember how far you have came, because at this point, y'all, we are too close to the finish line for folks to be giving up now and getting discouraged. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to hit y'all with that and hop on here today. Make sure y'all get in that boot camp. That boot camp starts today at 6:30. Use code BLOCKNATION to get half off. Make sure y'all get in that class, learn how to read these charts. That's going to be a great skill to have moving forward with AI coming and taking like pretty much 85% of y'all jobs. So, yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, we here now. So let's get to it. Somebody said, quick question: what cold wallet should y'all use? Listen, I like the Cent wallet. Everybody got their own preference. Go on YouTube, type in cold wallets, figure out which one you like. Not financial advice whatsoever. So yeah. Anyway, I'll let y'all know y'all is early. And also, word of the day, this on my spirit. Listen, when you always thinking about problems, you're gonna have problems. I don't know why that just came to me spiritually, but I was told to say that. When you think about problems, you're going to always have problems. So please try and figure out solutions and be positive, and don't always be fixated on the problems. Okay? I want to leave y'all with that. I don't know why Spirit just told me to say that. No, but I just said
it. Nah, you're right. Yeah. I mean, shit. When the spirit, talk, you got to listen.
Yeah.
Right?
So when you have problems, don't focus on problems. Focus on the solutions. Stay positive. Because if you continue to think about problems and how this is going to come out, how this is going to play out, and just have a negative attitude towards it, and that is going to be negative. But you know what I'm saying? So don't focus on the problems, y'all. Focus on the solutions, focus on the good shit, and you know what I'm saying? Move that way. I was told to tell y'all that. So I don't know who needed to hear it, but God bless you, and I pray that positivity come into your life, because there's a lot of negativity out here in the world. So
absolutely. For somebody who's asking how to get in, just go to the link in the bio, go to the link in Queen's bio or my bio, go to the boot camp, 4-week boot camp, and type in the code BLOCKNATION so you get half off. It's in the link in our bios. Yeah,
boot camp. Yeah, link in bio. Go to the link in the bio. Link tree. It's right there in the bio. So yeah, I'll leave y'all with that. Y'all know I'm gonna play this outro because y'all gonna see this. I'm gonna play this intro. Y'all know y'all gonna see this intro. Outro coming soon.
Stacking in my bag. Stacking in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currency's flowing, every coins on my mind. My Coinbase the upper, watching numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these pro thoughts, phones in the van. Emptying out my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction here, cash raises ring. Ride the blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, let the profit.
If you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
We gotta get this money on.